Mars, sometimes referred to as the Red Planet, has for a very long time been a topic of fascination for both professional scientists and amateur space enthusiasts. One of the most important inquiries that scientists have been seeking to resolve is the subject of whether or not there is water on Mars. Recent findings have offered solid proof that Mars does, in fact, have water on the planet, despite the fact that there are still many things about the planet that are not yet known. Mars Global Surveyor, a spacecraft that orbited the planet from 1997 to 2006, provided one of the earliest pieces of evidence suggesting the red planet had water on its surface. The spacecraft found evidence of water on the surface of the planet, including gullies and channels that were thought to have been carved out by flowing water. These features were discovered by the spacecraft. This led researchers to believe that Mars' history was more moist than they had previously imagined. Since that time, an abundance of further spacecraft and rovers have been dispatched to the planet Mars in order to investigate its surface and atmosphere. Hydrated minerals, which are minerals that have water molecules bonded to them, were found on the surface of the planet in 2015 by the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, which is a spacecraft operated by NASA. This offered additional evidence that there is water on Mars, but in a form other than liquid water. In 2018, the Mars InSight lander operated by NASA detected what is believed to be the very first Marsquake to ever occur on the planet. The earthquake was not generated by water. Nonetheless, the way that the seismic waves traveled into the interior of the planet suggested that there may be a reservoir of liquid water deep beneath the surface of the planet. This was despite the fact that the earthquake itself was not caused by water. In addition to these findings, there is evidence that Mars formerly had an atmosphere that was far denser and a magnetic field. Both of these features would have assisted in shielding the surface of the planet from the damaging effects of the solar wind. As a consequence of this, the conditions would have been more amenable to the presence of liquid water. Even though there is still a lot that is unknown about Mars and its past, the evidence strongly implies that the planet does possess water, both in the form of hydrated minerals on its surface and possibly as liquid water deep beneath its surface. This is despite the fact that there are still many things that are not known about Mars and its history. Because water is an essential component of life as we know it, this has significant repercussions for the investigation into whether or not there is life on Mars.